A 74-year-old man sat across from me, his hands trembling, not from illness but from something deeper and quieter. His voice cracked as he said, "Doctor, I didn't know I was hurting myself." That moment stayed with me. For years, he had done what so many men do in silence, never realizing the quiet damage it was doing to his body, his emotions, and his confidence. It wasn't about shame or weakness, it was about not knowing. He thought he was simply staying connected to himself, but his habits had slowly become a source of stress and disconnection. And he is not alone. Every week I meet men just like him, men who want to understand what's really happening to their bodies as they age, and how to stay strong, vital, and alive, without unknowingly hurting themselves in the process. Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Carter, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 12 years of experience helping men protect their vitality, intimacy, and confidence. Over the years, I've spoken with hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who quietly wonder what's happening to their bodies and why things feel different. The truth is, aging doesn't take your strength away, it simply changes the way your body works. And when you understand those changes, you can regain control, energy, and pleasure in ways that feel natural and healthy. Today, I want to uncover what really happens to your body as you age and how self-pleasure, when done the wrong way, can silently affect your circulation, prostate, and emotional well-being. Today, we're diving into a topic most men never truly talk about, yet every man deserves to understand. I'm about to reveal 5 masturbation secrets older men wish they had known sooner, each one backed by science and real experience. And trust me, the last secret could completely change how you see aging, confidence, and connection. Before we begin, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. A 72-year-old man once sat across from me, his hands clasped tightly together. His eyes told a story of quiet worry before he even spoke. "Doc," he said softly, "I can't do what I used to. Does that mean I'm no longer a man?" His voice trembled, not from weakness, but from fear, the fear that aging had somehow taken away his identity. What I told him that day is what I want every man over 60 to hear now. What you are experiencing is not failure, it's evolution. As you age, blood flow slows, hormone levels shift, and nerve sensitivity changes. What used to happen automatically now requires patience, awareness, and gentleness. But this doesn't mean you're losing your manhood. It means your body is asking you to adapt, to rediscover intimacy through presence rather than performance. For decades, men have been taught that masculinity equals stamina, endurance, and firmness, that the measure of a man is how long or how strong. But that's not the truth. Real strength at this stage of life is about understanding your rhythm, not fighting against it. When you slow down and focus on connection, every touch becomes more meaningful, every breath more alive. You can still experience pleasure, release, and closeness even if things don't look or feel the same. When you stop chasing what was and start exploring what is, you'll find something deeper, a quieter confidence, and a stronger sense of self. Pleasure and erection are not identical. They are two parts of a much larger story about vitality and awareness. Your worth is not measured by performance, it's measured by connection. Aging doesn't take your masculinity away. It reshapes it into wisdom, patience, and peace. You are still whole, still capable, still a man. Howard, a 77-year-old veteran, came to see me one afternoon. He was a man who had lived through wars, loss, and decades of discipline, yet when he spoke, his voice was filled with quiet defeat. "Doc," he said, "I just don't feel anything anymore." At first, I assumed he was describing a physical issue. But as we talked, I realized his pain went much deeper. He wasn't only talking about sex, he was talking about life itself. The spark that once made him feel alive had faded. Even the private habits that once brought him peace had become empty, mechanical motions. What many men don't realize is that masturbation isn't just a physical act. It's emotional, neurological, and deeply tied to your sense of connection and vitality. Every time you reach climax, your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, the same chemicals that lift your mood, ease anxiety, and help you sleep. These chemicals are part of your body's natural healing system. For older men, especially those who live alone, that release can bring balance, relaxation, and even comfort. But when the act becomes automatic, when it's done out of boredom or habit rather than awareness, the benefits fade. The body moves, but the heart stays distant. The pleasure becomes shallow, leaving behind a sense of emptiness. Over time, the brain begins to crave stimulation without meaning, chasing sensation instead of connection. So here's what I tell my patients. Don't do it to escape loneliness, do it to reconnect. Slow down, breathe deeply, feel every sensation. Notice how your body responds when your mind is calm and present. Let it become a meditation rather than a release. When you practice with awareness, your nervous system relaxes, your heart opens, and your energy feels alive again. Mindful self-pleasure can reawaken emotion, restore peace, and remind you that you're still very much connected to your body, your mind, and your life. Roy, a 70-year-old widower, came into my office one morning looking defeated. "Doc," he said quietly, "I finally met someone new, but my body doesn't work anymore." His words carried both hope and heartbreak. He thought something inside him was broken, that age had taken away what made him feel alive as a man. But what I told him next changed everything. His body wasn't failing, it was simply asleep. When sexual activity stops for a long period of time, the body begins to redirect blood flow elsewhere. The tissues in the penis receive less oxygen, the nerves grow less responsive, and over time, circulation slows. This process is known as penile atrophy, and it's far more common than most men realize. The good news is that it's reversible. The body is remarkably adaptive. When you begin to reintroduce gentle, regular stimulation without pressure or shame, your circulation improves, your sensitivity returns, and your confidence rebuilds itself. Roy started slowly, focusing on awareness and relaxation instead of performance. Within weeks, he began to notice small changes, stronger responses, more warmth, more energy. His body remembered, because it always does. That's the power of this truth. Use it or lose it. Sexual function doesn't vanish because of age, it fades through neglect. Your body wants to respond, it's waiting for your attention. Treat it with patience, kindness, and curiosity, and you'll awaken strength you thought was gone forever. Ernest, a 68-year-old man, came to see me late one afternoon. He looked calm and composed, but his first words told another story. "Doc," he said quietly, "I still touch myself, but it doesn't feel real anymore." He wasn't imagining it. His body could still respond, but the satisfaction was gone. What once brought pleasure now felt distant and mechanical. His experience is far more common than most men realize, and the cause is something subtle but powerful: years of constant exposure to porn. Each time a man watches porn, the brain is flooded with dopamine, the chemical that fuels excitement and reward. At first, it feels thrilling. But over time, the brain adapts. It starts craving more intensity, more novelty, faster stimulation. Soon, ordinary touch or genuine connection no longer produce the same effect. This is how desensitization begins. The reward system becomes dull, and what used to feel good starts to feel flat. For older men, this process is especially damaging. The brain becomes less adaptable with age, so it struggles to recover from overstimulation. Eventually, the body still performs, but the emotions are missing. You crave stimulation but feel no fulfillment. It becomes a cycle of repetition without real satisfaction. Ernest made a decision to stop relying on screens. At first, it was uncomfortable, but he replaced those moments with slow breathing, imagination, and mindfulness. Within weeks, his sensitivity began to return. His desire felt natural again, his confidence renewed. Porn does not make you more sexual, it disconnects you from real sexuality. Replace fantasy with awareness, breath, and genuine emotion. Real pleasure lives in presence, not pixels. When you reconnect with your senses, you rediscover what it means to truly feel alive. Walter, a 75-year-old widower, came to see me one afternoon. He sat quietly for a moment, then looked down and said softly, "Doctor, is it still okay for me to touch myself at my age?" His voice carried both shame and sadness, as if he was confessing something wrong. I smiled and told him what every man deserves to know. "Walter, not only is it okay, it might be one of the most beneficial things you can do for your health. Here is why. Mindful self-pleasure keeps blood flowing to the pelvic area, which supports erectile function and strengthens circulation throughout the body. It helps maintain prostate health by allowing fluids to move freely, preventing stagnation and inflammation. It also releases endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin, which improve mood, reduce stress, and promote deep sleep. It is a natural way to calm the nervous system and stabilize hormones, giving both body and mind a sense of balance. After his wife passed away, Walter stopped for 6 years. He believed that part of his life was gone forever. But when he started reconnecting with himself gently and without guilt, everything changed. His energy returned. He slept through the night. He felt lighter, calmer, and more at peace. He wasn't chasing youth, he was rediscovering self-respect and dignity. Here's what I tell all my patients. Go slow, once or twice a week is enough. Stay hydrated and keep your body active, since good circulation supports arousal. Avoid porn, because imagination and mindfulness build real connection. Breathe deeply, feel every sensation, and allow pleasure to flow naturally. You are not broken. You are simply remembering how to listen to your body again. When done with awareness, self-pleasure is not shameful, it is healing, restorative, and deeply human. So let's bring everything together. If you take only one thing from this video, let it be this: your vitality is still alive within you. Remember these 5 truths. Your erection does not define your identity. Your emotions matter just as much as your biology. Using your body with care and awareness keeps it alive. Porn dulls what is real and distances you from connection. And mindful self-pleasure, done with intention and breath, can heal your confidence, your circulation, and your spirit. If one of these truths spoke to you, tell me in the comments which one hit home the most. Your story might inspire another man who needs to hear that it's never too late to feel strong again. And before you go, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we explore new ways to help men like you age with strength, purpose, and peace of mind. You are not invisible. You are not finished. You are still alive, still capable of joy, still worthy of connection. There is so much left to feel, and it all begins when you start listening to your body again. I'm Dr. Sam Carter, and I'll see you in the next video.